What is the easiest way to take down a casino and rob them blind? It's not the Ocean's 11 way, it's actually to bring Godzilla along. Let's talk about Godzilla Heist in this video. Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review for Godzilla Heist issues 1 through 5. This is a book from IDW Comics, written by writer Van Jensen, who you may know from Green Lantern or even James Bond, with art by Kelsey Ramsey, colors by Heather Breckel, and letters by Sandy Tanaka. Um, there's a multitude of covers, including some like heist type of movie homages, which are really cool. Those were some of my favorite ones. Like there was a Fast and Furious one. I think there was like an Inception one. I'm sure there was an Ocean's 11 one. And that's kind of what brought me into this book. Like the idea of a heist with Godzilla was really, really cool. So we have a review for the channel, for issue number 1 on the channel, but I'm just going to cover the whole series here, as the series is now completed and we should be getting the collected edition very soon. In this book, a crew of high stakes criminals led by Jay, a criminal mastermind, leverage Godzilla's show-stopping rampages in London as the ultimate distraction to pull off the heist of a lifetime. Now, I've talked about this on the live show, and not only did I enjoy this book because of all the twists and turns and all the classic tropes um, of the heist genre, if you want to call it that. Like we have very specific archetypes for these characters. We have twists and turns and double crosses, right? We have Jay also, of course, having an ulterior motive, which we see in some of the flashbacks. And I think it's just really fun. It's a little messy and a little convoluted because Godzilla really ruins everything when it comes to like well laid out plans. But I think that's part of the charm of this book. Some people might feel like it's a little disjointed, but I feel like having that little bit of chaos, it's a very thematic thing that the book is also trying to show, right? You can plan out as much as you want. Whenever Godzilla shows up, whenever chaos shows up, like things are gonna go awry, right? So if you enjoy, like I said, heist movies, I think you're gonna enjoy this. But there's also a little bit of subtext about like exploitation of like the workforce and people being kind of doing things against their will. I love the idea that there's always this like one institution building a Mecha Godzilla just in case, because I feel like that's the only way to deal with Godzilla as humans. And then of course, what happens with all the collateral damage? What happens when the heist goes awry? What happens when you are betrayed by your own group? Can you get to them first? Can you betray them first? Right? I think Godzilla is having a really great renaissance at the moment. So it's just lovely to see that you can take Godzilla and put him in a book like this, and you still get a lot of Godzilla. So another thing I wanted to touch on is Kelsey Ramsey's art. Now, I've seen some of Kelsey's work from a Dark Dungeon series from IDW as well, and I think it was just the perfect creator for this art for the art to be brought to life. The art is gritty. It's got a little bit of a darker tone to it, but it also comes alive when it needs to, especially when Godzilla shows up. I think including the Breckles colors, like the book really comes to life in a lot of these moments. But the quiet moments of Jay and the characters and everybody on the crew trying to plan out the heist and trying to figure out how that's going to happen. I think that's what really drives the book. It's like you need to get from one Godzilla sighting to the other, and I think the art does that very well. And it just really incorporates, not only are the characters distinct and they have cool designs, like any good crew should have, right? If you're doing a heist, but it just really works. I think everything came together. Like I said, it's not a perfect book, but it's a really fun, it's a really entertaining book. I think if you're a fan of Godzilla, if you're a fan of heist, if you're a fan of like twists and turns, although I don't think anything is too surprising at the end. Like I could see some of these things coming only because I really love this genre too. Like it's something that I'm always thinking of, the trying to figure out like who's going to double cross who and where's the extra twist and when are things going to like get out of hand, where's the big reveal going to happen. Like it all shows up in this book, and that's kind of what I wanted. So this book pretty much just gave me everything I wanted. I wanted some cool Godzilla stuff. I wanted some cool tech, big fight with Mecha Godzilla, and then of course a lot of twists and turns and reveals. People betraying each other, but then also people kind of coming through in the moment for each other. So this was really fun. Whether it's like a big atomic breath that you're looking for from Godzilla, or just a really cool high story, this book has everything for that. So big shout out to my friends over at IDW for allowing us to read this series. I can't wait till the collection comes out because I'm definitely gonna pick that up. I'm sure they're gonna have a really nice hardback. IDW is really good at putting these collections together. But I did pick up a few of the variant covers as the book was coming out. So um, if you have read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. If you want to hear me talk more about this book, check out I'll link an episode of I Read Comic Books where I talk a little bit more about this book and try to convince my buddy Mike to read it. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.